Greetings, and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garyx Wormuloid. This week's artifact is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the sequel to the prequel reboot of the remake of a franchise based on a book by a French secret agent. This one's for you, Pierre. Our story takes place on a more palatable, human-free version of Earth. Now the planet is run by super smart apes, and the smartest ape of them all just happens to be the one from the last movie, Caesar. But surprise! There actually are some humans left, hiding in the last place you'd ever look, right next door. The humans do what humans do best, stand their ground. And Caesar is not a big fan of the Second Amendment. But the humans are desperate to go back to Apeland so they can get power from the dam. Or darn, if you don't like swearing. You fucking saint, you. The resident age-appropriate white male Malcolm strikes up a deal with Caesar. Caesar will allow Malcolm and his crew to work there as long as they hand over their guns and don't try to unionize.
It's bullshit!
Get him out of here.
Working together, the humans and apes fix the darn, allowing the humans to finally charge their Kindle fires. But an ape lieutenant named Koba hates when storylines progress harmoniously without obstacle, so he shoots Caesar and blames it on the humans. He leads all the apes to that weird tower the humans live in for some reason, and before you know it, they're waged an all-out warhorse. Malcolm's wife Felicity finds Caesar alive, and they take him to a charming fixer-upper in a hip neighborhood. Caesar is worried it's out of his price range, so they decide to show him some apartments in the human tower instead. Unfortunately, Commissioner Gordon sets off a big bomb to try to blow up the tower, but the bombs don't really do much, other than make everything shake a little. Caesar and Koba have a fight over whose name should be on the lease, and Caesar lets Koba die because, come on, dude, all this would have been fine if you had just cooled your jets. Malcolm warns Caesar that the military is on its way. They become best friends for 5 seconds, then Malcolm runs away like a little scaredy Catherine. And wouldn't you know it, here comes a beautiful sunrise. Dawn, just like the title of the movie. Oh baby, the twists just keep on coming! One of the central tenets of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is that its characters have names, and one of those names is Caesar. This is a clever nod to the fact that Caesar is the protagonist of the film, much like the manufacturer of quality Caesar dressing, Paul Newman, often played protagonists in his films.
Suzanne sucks pussy!
If you really wanted to reach, you might also say the name is a reference to William Shakewait's Julius Caesar, another character who is metaphorically stabbed in the back and literally falls out of a tree. No, that's right. The film also explores more nuanced issues, namely technology's destructive effect on humanity. So get off your computer and go play outside for Peter's sake! Or not, who cares? The first act of Dawn of is characterized by an irony. The audience recognizes more humanity in the apes than they do in the humans. For the first several minutes of the film, we see no people, only apes, who live in e-harmony with each other and their natural surroundings. Kumbaya, my lord.
They don't need power, lights, heat, nothing. That's what makes them stronger.
They display idealistic qualities traditionally associated with humanity, such as love and compassion and full frontal nudity, causing the audience to become emotionally invested in them. When the humans, with their machines and restrictive clothing, encounter the apes for the first time, the perverted nature of modern man is shown in stark contrast. The humans have become so dependent on technology that their very humanity will disintegrate if they can't turn on their precious nightlights. The advancements that were supposed to improve the human way of life have left it weak and vulnerable to the monsters under the bed.
We're 2 weeks away from running out of fuel, maybe 3 tops.
I know.
And once that happens, I won't be able to go out there with a bullhorn and calm everybody down.
It was mankind's obsession with scientific progress that led to the creation of the simian flu in the first place, and knowing humans, they'll be the first to take credit. The film suggests that even the purest society can be corrupted by the power and convenience afforded by sweet tech. The apes begin the film as model citizens, but quickly abandon the qualities that made their communities stable as soon as they gain access to advanced weaponry. It's just like my children as soon as they gain access to space sugar. Can't be trusted with guns. The wide shot of the ape colony reveals the message written on a wall. Ape, not kill ape. Apes together strong. Knowledge is. And the final word is obscured by 2 apes lumbering around in the foreground like idiots. Knowledge is power? Knowledge is college? Knowledge is boring and only for nerds? Maybe the film is suggesting that knowledge can corrupt just as easily as it can enlighten, and that the apes are headed down the same road already paved by humans. After all, roads are a two-way street. For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garyx Wormuloid. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Jacob, one of the creators here on the channel. Really quickly, on behalf of the entire Wisecrack team, I want to say thank you. Now, whether you're a subscriber or new to the channel, be sure to click on James Franco's gorgeous face to be taken to our channel page where you can see all of our videos and even hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We've got a ton of new videos on the way and you won't want to miss them, so make sure you subscribe. Now, our videos, like the one you just saw, are made possible with the support of our sponsors. And today, our sponsor is Full Sail University. Full Sail offers online and on-campus degrees to prepare students for jobs in media and entertainment. And if working behind the scenes making video games is something you're considering, Full Sail University offers a variety of programs that can prepare you for a future in the industry. We actually work with Full Sail grads here at Wisecrack. Now, whether you're interested in coding, art, producing, or mobile game development, Full Sail can teach you all the tools, technologies, and workflows used by today's top studios. Full Sail University has offered game degrees for more than a decade, and grads have worked on titles like Destiny, the Call of Duty series, Far Cry 4, and many more. To learn more about Full Sail University and the variety of degrees they offer, visit fullsail.edu/wisecrack or use the link in the description below. Okay, time for me to go. I've got some creator stuff to get to. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.